Hey guys, this is Miss Segovia and I'm going to go over your notes for meiosis. When you do your notes today, you're going to want to have some colors, at least 4 of them, so make sure you grab those and have them ready because we're going to do some drawing at the end. So meiosis, helps if I have my pen open, is spelled M-E-I-O-S-I-S, and this is very similar to something you learned before, mitosis, but with a little bit extra. Since we're taking notes, go ahead and draw your lines for your Cornell notes so you can do your questions and your summary later. So the question we're going to lead out with this one is, if humans have a diploid number of 46 chromosomes, what is the haploid number of chromosomes? So 2 vocab words that we're using in there that you should be aware of are diploid and haploid. So if you already know the answer, go ahead and address that, but if not, let's see if we can figure it out in today's notes. So let's start first with our definition of meiosis. Meiosis is a type of cell division that produces four cells, each with half the number of chromosomes as the parent cell. So in mitosis, when we learned that, we talked about we make 2 cells with the exact same number. Here we're creating 4 cells with half the number. That's really, really important that you know that. So what makes meiosis so special? Well, in animals, meiosis occurs in the sex organs. This is the only place that we see this taking place. And so in males, it's the testes, and it's the ovaries in females. So all your other cells are going to do mitosis, but to make those eggs and sperm, we have to do meiosis. So let's get a little bit more in depth. A gamete, or sex cell, is a haploid cell. Meaning, so now you're wondering, what is she talking about here? Meaning this cell contains only one of each kind of chromosome. Versus a diploid cell found in your body cells, which have 2 of each kind of chromosome. So let's hit some of those vocab words here. We've got the word gamete. Our sex cell is haploid, meaning it has only one of each kind of cell. Our other cells, diploid cells, are your body cells and have 2 of each kind. So over in your question area right here, I want you to put that haploid equals N, diploid equals 2N. So we just have one N here, one set of chromosomes. Diploid has two sets of chromosomes. So let's talk about what actually is going on in here. Or I take it back. Let's compare it to mitosis. So in mitosis, just a little refresher, mitosis results in the production of those two genetically identical cells. Whereas meiosis produces 4 genetically different haploid cells, and it does this in 2 stages known as the first and second meiotic divisions. So let's underline some of our keywords here. So with our mitosis, again, we get 2 genetically identical cells. Should make that plural, sorry, identical cells. In meiosis, we get 4 genetically different haploid cells. And so we're going to do a comparison chart in a little bit where we're going to look at that closely. But the big thing to know, mitosis makes 2 identicals, meiosis makes 4 different. So let me show you what those stages actually look like. So we start out with our our cell that has 4 chromosomes. So here's where the fun little color pencils come in. So we can have one chromosome that's red, and here you can see it along with its duplicate. We can have one that's green, one that's purple, and one that is blue. I'll zoom in on this a little bit so you can see it better. So in our first stage, these guys split in half. Now, if it were mitosis, we would see them like literally the X's split, and you would end up with a cell that has 4 little lines in it. But in meiosis, when they split, they divide up the entire X. So in this case, we might have the red X and the purple X going into one of those cells, and then we'll have the green X and the blue one. And again, these are not just X's, they're chromosomes. This is the first division. And then these guys will divide up one more time, similar to what they would do in mitosis, where we have the X's, the chromosomes, splitting in half. So here we go. We're going to end up with 4 cells. And so this one might take this X over here, and the other half of it goes there. And then our purple goes here, and our purple goes there. On this side, we have green here getting split in half, and then blue here getting split in half. Now what's really neat is that if these are males, all of these would become sperm. So in males, they become sperm. And we end up with 4 of them. So they all end up, they're about the same size. So this is our first division, and down here we have our second division. Now in females, it's a little bit different. So we start out initially with our original gametic cell, and we'll divide it out here. We'll put a little X's, showing we have our chromosomes in there. They've gone through synthesis and they've duplicated, so we have them looking like an X. they're also going to go through their first meiotic division. So we're going to end up with one cell, though, that's really big, and another one that just doesn't get much cytoplasm at all. So here this X and this one went this way, and my little green chromosome and blue chromosome went that way. They're also going to go through a second division, but again, one cell is going to hog all the cytoplasm, and the other one just gets a little bit. And this guy is going to go through and he's going to divide again, and also we're going to end up with some pretty tiny little cells. And so we'll still get the chromosomes dividing up like we did before, but there's an unequal division with our cytoplasm. And so in here, this cell is going to become the egg cell, and we're going to end up with just one of those. And then these three here become what are called polar bodies. And we get 3 of those. So girls, for every time we go through meiosis, we get 1 egg. Boys, they get 4 sperm. Boys will also continue producing pretty much until the day they die. Females, we've only got so many eggs, and then we hit menopause. So it's kind of sad for us. So we get the 1 egg, boys get the 4 sperm. So that is the basics. Now there's a lot more that happens here. There's some crossing over of genes and some exchanges that give us even more variety, but I just want you to have the basics down. And that, kids, is your notes for meiosis. Thanks.